The weekly update in GTA Online is drawing to a close. With the refresh date of August 6th, you will only have a few more days left to make the most of this week. Today, I'm going to be going through all of the things that you don't want to miss out on in GTA Online before August 6th comes around. As always, this will include some really important bonus money, different discounts, by the way we had a lot of them, some free cars and other things like this. So yeah, without any further ado, let's dive straight into the first section. And to really get things started, I think there is no better place to start than the Fine Art Last Chance. If you guys remember the Fine Art Collector program, which was available just before the new DLC dropped, you can get a multitude of different things. For example, a 1 million discount on the Art Studio, a free Vault keypad at the Art Studio, even a free Annihilator Stealth. This will in fact be the final week to claim these different things, and it is only available until August 5th. So very limited. I am still yet to claim the Annihilator Stealth for free. And maybe some of you guys out there have already forgot about that as well. Hopefully you can just grab it in time. I think one of the best ones there is probably the Vault keypad. This will allow you to practice the Vault hack directly inside the Art Studio. Honestly, pretty useful if you guys are kind of struggling with that hack. Altogether, the hack itself is somewhat basic. It is pretty much just a memory hack. Just remember the pattern at the end of the hack. For our next section, we now move over to probably the best stuff directly from the weekly update. It will be the bonus money. Starting things off extremely strong with this section, we did have a double money on the first time completion of the Fleeca Heist Finale, which would also get you the Fleeca Circuit livery for the Cypher if completed. And the big one there, at least in terms of payouts, is the Pacific Standard Heist, getting you that double money on the first time completion as well. The reason this is actually really nice is mainly down to the different payout changes made by Rockstar recently. I am sure that many of you guys have seen that there is now a weekly completion bonus. So the first time completing a certain heist or certain contact mission, like the Clucking Bell raid, will actually pay out more for the first time you play it in a weekly update. To give you guys a rough idea of what to expect with the first time completion there, for the Pacific Standard job, you will be looking at roughly around $4.5 million. Obviously, it depends if you guys get shot on the heist, or at least the people carrying the loot. But let's say you run things perfectly, everything goes smooth, you are looking at roughly around 4.5 mil, but bear in mind that is with 4 players in this heist, so everyone does need a cut. Even so, that is roughly a $1 million each, still not a bad payday. Again, it just comes down to how much percent you assign to the crew members. If you want a relatively easier heist, the first original heist, the Fleeca job, should be paying out roughly around $600,000, so a really nice payday there. Also remember, you can only do this with 2 players, including yourself, so it's not too bad. Of course, you could even just complete the Fleeca job and make your way to the Pacific Standard job. Although the other heists in between these two don't have any double money, they will still have that weekly completion bonus. You will be able to get $1 million for the Prison Break heist, a very nice $1.4 million for the Humane Labs raid, and just over $1 million for Series A funding, which honestly, leading up to the Pacific Standard job, is still really good. The rest of the bonus money was honestly nothing too spectacular. We got a triple money on the Community Mission series, which was only one of these missions, and it does appear to be a newly added one. I am yet to play this, but I have played all of them before, obviously apart from the new one, and I did actually find them extremely fun, which is always a nice thing, especially when they already have a bonus. It makes playing these things a lot easier. We also got a double money and RP on a Super Yacht Life missions, the Motor Wars Adversary mode on KO Perico, and the Shipwrecks. The Super Yacht Life missions, again, nothing too crazy. Once you have completed them, you really don't have any need to play through them again. Some of them can be quite stressful, and it is kind of a long-winded process, but it might be worthwhile with that double money and RP. Now, we do have some discounts this week, and like I said in the intro, we actually got a pretty nice amount of them. Starting off with a 60% off, we have this on all of the Palito Bay businesses, the Galaxy Super Yacht, including its modifications, the Armored Kuruma, and the Standard Kuruma. Honestly, I don't think this is too bad. If you guys are yet to get an Armored Kuruma at least, I would recommend picking one up for that 60% off. That is still a huge discount. As you will see on screen, it does make sense to get it right now. This is one of the best cars to use in in different contact missions. In terms of that Polito Bay discount on all of the businesses there, you might want to skip out on that one. I think the only thing that I would ever get in Polito Bay right now is probably the MC Clubhouse. I rarely use it, and of course it is mainly used just to purchase MC businesses. At least then it would have been out of the way, but then again, clubhouses are really cheap. If you guys want to relocate to Polito Bay, now would be the perfect week to do that. After these discounts, we got a 40% off the high-end apartment and Benny's conversions. If you guys have a Benny's vehicle and are yet to upgrade it, for example, the standard Sultan, getting almost half price off that conversion will save you a massive amount of money. I believe it is roughly around $600,000 for that one. So yeah, getting it at a little over $300,000 or something will be very good. And of course, the high-end apartments, another great discount there. You can have a lot of these things. Honestly, you only need one of them, especially if you are using them to run the original heists, which would probably make sense this week. After that, we have our standard vehicle discounts, a 30% off all of these ones, a couple of good throwback vehicles, for example the Trophy Adder and the Z-Type, mixed in with some newer ones like the Cabos V6. A good chance to potentially pick one up if you want to. And last but not least, for the discounts, we have a 40% off at the gun van on the service carbine, a 30% off for GTA Plus members on the railgun. The tactical SMG is also there, compact grenade launcher, combat pistol, machete, grenades, sticky bombs, and also pipe bombs. So if you manage to find the gun van, maybe you are wanting to get the tactical SMG, or you have GTA Plus and want to get the railgun, this will be a nice way to get them. In this next section, we now have the free cars this week. We start things off at the casino for the Lucky Wheel podium vehicle. This will be the Ubermax Cypher. I think this is a good vehicle to get for free. Not only is it a pretty nice car, but also the fact that we had that Fleeca job livery if you complete the Fleeca heist finale. So you could tick both of these things off and get that really nice livery. I think it does look really clean. A nice throwback to the old days of GTA Online. Just spin the Lucky Wheel before August 6th. Then at the LS car meet for the prize ride, we have the Karen Ball. To get that one, place top 5 in the LS car meet series 4 days in a row. I mentioned this in the event week video, but I really don't think this is a good thing to do. I don't mind the look of the Karen Ball. However, what really puts me off here is the 4 days in a row challenge. Placing top 5, it should not really be too difficult. But yeah, 4 days in a row, probably just over half of the weekly update, just to get this for free, is probably not worthwhile. Overall, I think the Ubermax Cypher is by far the better free car this week. Moving on again, we now have the weekly money methods. Out of all of these sections so far, this is the one that has changed the most recently with the new DLC. To start things off, we have the new weekly challenge, which is to win 2 adversary modes. This will get you the Mana Tie-Dye Tee and $100,000. We then had the new FIB priority file, which in my opinion is the best one. This is the Fine Art file. You can also do these bonus challenges for that bonus reward of $50,000. I think it always makes sense to try and push to complete these bonus challenges. An extra $50,000 on top of that $300,000, especially for this file specifically, because the challenges are pretty simple, should really not take too long. We then have the new section of the weekly money methods, which is the Courts Center Heist primary targets this week. I'm sure many of you guys have probably done your first completion of this for the weekly update, but if you are yet to do it, you will have a cast of characters painting to steal, the Mio and Melee painting, and to beat about the bush painting. It is really your choice if you want to steal them and sell them, or instead keep them. Now for the salvage yard robberies, we have the gangbanger robbery for the Vista Comet S2 Cabrio. This will have the LS Pounders plate and it is also claimable this week. We then have the McTony robbery for the Coquette D10 and the podium robbery for the Vapid Dominator GTT. Just bear in mind there is 2 top tier vehicles there, also a standard tier vehicle which almost pays out the same. So if you manage to actually sell all 3 of them, you are looking at a little over $1 million, maybe around 1.2 million, and you guys might have already picked up the Comet S2 Cabrio from the salvage yard robberies in the past. Rockstar have made this one claimable quite a few times, so it might even be worth checking through your different garages, seeing if you already have this car before completing this and making that decision to sell it. To end this section, we of course have our time trials. The new premium race this week was called Crossing Paths, the standard time trial was called Great Ocean Highway, and the HSW time trial was Textile City to Stab City. If you guys have enough time to complete time trials and don't leave it too late, you can really just get them done, completed, and out of the way. For this final section, we of course have to go through the different test rides this week, just in case you guys want one of them, or even just simply want to test drive some vehicles. Maybe you are looking for a new car. Starting off at PDM or Simeon's Auto Shop, we have the Classique Broadway, the Dinka Blister Kanjo, Dinka Kavos V6, the Coquette D1, and the Trufford Z-Type. Just remember, some of these vehicles will have a discount as well. I believe all of these ones do, so be sure to give them a test ride first if you plan on buying any. Then at the luxury dealership, we have the Albany Marula and the Ocelot E-Stride. You can't test drive these ones, which I always think is so unfortunate. I can't really give my opinion on both of them because I do not currently have them, but based on the eye test, I love how the Ocelot E-Stride looks, and just based on the name, I think it will be a full electric car or SUV. It sort of reminds me of the Pegassi Tauros. And the last test track place is of course the LS Car Meet. You can find the Ruiner ZZ8, Truffade Adder, and the Uranus Low Speed, with the HSW test ride being the Overflod Entity MT. Probably the best place for high-end cars this week, having the Truffade Adder, and especially if you guys have HSW upgrades, the Entity MT, it is well worth giving them a test drive. If you have never used them before, the Entity MT with the HSW upgrades, it's not exceptionally fast, roughly around 140 miles per hour with its top speed, but the traction of this, with it being HSW, is honestly quite surprising. But nevertheless guys, this will really round out this video of the things that you don't want to miss out on in GTA Online before August 6th. What did you think was the best thing this week? I think probably the bonus money, at least the first time completion bonus, will be one of the best things, alongside the discounts, because we just had so many of them, some of them being quite useful. But yeah, as always, if you went on to enjoy this video or found it useful in any way, shape or form, leave a like, I always do appreciate it. And if you are new to the channel and like what you see, subscribe and hit that bell icon to never miss a video. Finally guys, stay safe, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.